footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, breaking down the Jets versus the Broncos. Now let's look at the Jets coming to this game off a tough loss to New England. Let's look at that offense. Everyone wants to blame Mark Sanchez for the team's issues, but I look deeper in what the Jets do. You look at what they did last year and why they were more explosive on offense. They had Braylon Edwards and they also had Brad Smith. They had more guys to operate down the middle of the field. What they don't have right now is the deep threat, and that's why the offense struggles. You have an intermediate threat in Holmes, and you also have an intermediate red zone threat in Plaxico Burress. There's no third wide receiver. The tight end doesn't get as much action as he should. I think the Jets also need another tight end. So you look at where you can attack the Denver Broncos. They just have to come in and play small ball. The Broncos expect these guys. They're going to try to play fast. They have a lot of speed on the defensive side of football. So the Jets have to come in and play small ball. So look for a lot of curls, a lot of in routes, a lot of hitches. Work the way down the field with that passing game, and the running game will open up, and that way they can have that balance and control the clock versus the Denver Broncos. Now, defensively, the Jets already have the pieces in place to slow down what Denver wants to do. They're going to be run heavy, and the Jets will be able to man up on those wide receivers and be a little bit more aggressive versus the run, more so than what the Chiefs were, because they were worried about their corners. The Jets don't have that issue. Those safeties back there, which are a liability, can play more aggressive in the ground game and stopping Tim Tebow until they force you to get out that aggressive defense. So look for the safeties to be up a little bit more in the box. Look for the run blitz schemes to be a little bit more aggressive this week, and that's how you stop Tim Tebow in that option attack that they're running out there in Denver. Now you look at the Broncos in this game. Everyone wants to point to, oh, Tebow only completed 2 passes. That's nonsense. They only threw the ball 8 times. And my old football knowledge tells me, if you can't stop the run, why am I throwing the football? So if you can't stop the run, I don't have to throw. So that's why the Broncos only threw the football 8 times. And trust me, Tebow had opportunities to hit those wide receivers. The first pass in the first half, Decker is supposed to catch that pass. But against the Jets, they're going to have to do something, because the Jets have a better defense than the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive. So I look for Tebow to do a little bit more throwing the football this week against the Jets and finding that opportunity against those Jets linebackers. I want to see the matchup between the tight ends and the outside linebackers of the New York Jets. They're going to have to do a better job of diagnosing the play, because Tebow can pull that football out and toss the football to those tight ends or to those backs. That's going to be something to watch. So I look for Tebow to throw the football a little bit more this week versus the over-aggressive Jets defense. Now, defensively, it's all about playing the run on the way to the quarterback. A lot of times, wherever the Jets are lined up, as far as where the fullback is lined up, where the double tight end set is lined up, that's where they're running. So you can take chances on that aspect by guessing a little bit and slanting to that side to slow down the run. Now, when you stop in the pass, you look at the matchup between Champ Bailey and Plaxico Burress. If Bailey can win that matchup and force him to go to Santonio Holmes, where they can effectively play a high-low coverage on him, that defense of the Denver Broncos can find a way to win and get some interceptions off Sanchez. So I look for the Broncos to match up well defensively versus the New York Jets. Now, some X factors in this ball game. X factor for the New York Jets has to be team consistency. If they can play consistent football, whether it be in the passing game and or defense, they can have some success. The X factor for the Denver Broncos has to be tight end play. If you have solid tight ends, you can effectively beat the New York Jets. I'm going with the Jets in this ball game. The Broncos don't have a tight end on the roster that can scare or threaten the Jets safeties, which is the weakest spot of that defense. So I look for the Jets to be a little bit more aggressive, slow down the run, and get that extra possession for the Jets offense. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.